Well, we have a leaked report, another one. Cue the fire. Russia is closing in or stealing U.S. weapons. And remember the quadrillion worth of dollars that we spent in Afghanistan with all of that? Well, they're like, hey, let's go over there and get some. So we have cue the fire second time. Russia stealing U.S. weapons, closing in. They're doing hypersonic tests in the Atlantic. I wonder if anything possibly could go wrong. And they were busted with spy ships off of Hawaii. And to top it all off, we couldn't even fight this war if we wanted to, and I will show you. Also, I want to bring on balance to this channel. Her name is Karen. She brings me balance. It's actually Skylar's mom, Karen. I've just decided to hire the whole family. So come on in, Karen. Let's do some fact checking.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karen. I'm here to fact check Johnny Bravo. I just want to let you know that Biden makes false claim. He did it one time. Misleading claims in economic speech. That was yesterday. But what Bravo fails to tell you is that it's the orange guy's fault. So again, anything Bravo says about Biden, it's gonna be the orange guy's fault. Oh, and remember to subscribe to this channel. Stupid channel. Bye.
So thank you, Karen, for bringing balance to our channel and more people on the payroll that I have to pay. But we are looking at Mad Vlad, also known as breaking news that you will never find anywhere else except for the tinfoil hat channels that usually get it right 90% of the time. Putin plotting to grab U.S. weapons left behind during Afghan evacuations. That was a great war, right? Boy, didn't that just end perfectly. It wasn't Biden's fault. And seized by Taliban, Kremlin insider claims. Well, the insider is probably right. But I mean, the things really add up over there. We have estimate states 22,000 Humvees. Can I? 634 M1s, 115 Max trucks. I'll take a truck too. 500,000 machine guns. Jeez Louise. Actually, I'd turn all that in for just one of those Black Hawk helicopters. I wouldn't mind going around Austin with one of them. But I mean, look at all these super goodies left behind. 23 super fighter planes, sounds like a Christmas, and a partridge in a pear tree. But the truth is, and thanks, shout out to one of my subscribers who sent this to me, the U.S. Navy needs tankers. A crisis in this word. That would be capability. See, we don't have enough gas, if you read the article, oil, right? To supply to all these fighters and everything that goes in things that move. And to win the fight requires fuel, right? I know you're like, well, we're going to be all electric, right? That probably isn't going to work. We're like, wait, first we got to plug in before we attack. Or, holy hell, Captain, they just knocked down our windmill. We won't be able to make it. Won't have enough energy. I've been telling you that they have drained our U.S. emergency, okay? Supposed to spend this in an emergency and sell it to people overseas, right? Like the people that you want to fight. But we are all out. That would be almost as stupid as if you were another country during time of war and you sent America all of your gold. We'll hold it for you. Actually, didn't Trudeau, I'm sorry, I love you Canadians. I love you. I don't like any of your politicians. I don't even like my own politicians. Actually, I've never met a politician that I have liked. And now my email box is going to get stuffed with politicians. I do have a few on this channel and they do email me. So for you handful out there, I like you. But for those of you that don't know, Canada sold all of its gold for, gotta get some dollars because these things are going to be priceless someday. Or priceless, or priceless. You see, politicians never have your back. Well, that's unless they're carrying a knife in one hand and like a rope in the other. Or an adult beverage in one hand and a hammer in the other. Oh, is this too early? You guys hear the audio and the video? Oh my gosh. That was the weirdest audio and video I have ever seen in my entire life. And no, I won't show that to you because I like being here on Google to tell you about things like this, right? And even these things get my hand slapped. If there's certain things on the screen, they're like, you can't have that. I'm like, shoot. Russian warship simulates hypersonic missile strike in the Atlantic Ocean. Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the development of hypersonic missiles back in 2019. Yay! Well, bring them on over. Let's see if they work. Also, just in case you don't believe me, believe CBS Evening News, where they actually spotted Russian spy ships spotted off the coast of Hawaii. And I say, great, how can we make money from this? Because you know that the politicians do, right, Nancy? Jim Cramer, I'll tell you, Jimmy gave it to you. He gave you the big one. Jim Cramer picks his standout stocks in 4 bull market industries. Well, that is if they are into this kind of stuff, the blowing other people's stuff up, also known as defensive stocks. So Jimmy's long on banks, aerospace, and defense. Why do they call it defense when we go over there and we're like, we're going to blow you up? I don't see that as a defense. We're over here. But yes, even though Jimmy says, go long on Boeing, go long on Lockheed, go long on Raytheon, General Electric, I say, look at the charts and maybe he might be right. And I'm going to say, yes, let's do this. Now, just to let you know, not financial advice, don't listen to anything I say, we only paper trade. Markets go up and down. You just have to be able to pick which way. And this one is probably, just by me eyeballing it, both. See, over there, you had a double bottom and then you had a rip to the upside. That is where you sell. Okay? And I'll turn on indicators and then I also see a little triangle. Isn't that wild? My eyes see all these things and you're like, I just see green and blue. I say, well, Brad, there is no blue in this whole thing. But let's do a little drop down and see what we can do. We're going to turn on the swing trade. I already see one. You should have made the play on that swing. That would be a few days ago off the 200. Check. And yes, this is currently in a bull market above the 200, very swing tradable. And if you would like to learn what I'm swing trading, I have a swing trade course and a watch list. Hey, how about that? I don't just come bearing really bad news. I help you take advantage from that. But you missed it. You should have been on that one 3 days ago. Just in case you don't ever want to miss it, I have a Bravo's daily watch list. Look, see those two converge and diverge right there? That's where you put in a buy. Okay, so you could do it right there, right before it, if you want to little jump the gun, because you got enough in your brain and you'd go, okay, I saw that one coming. This is where you close your position before it sells off. Or you would have already been taking profit, which I would love to turn on another indicator for you. Actually, I'm kind of curious, if you don't mind, since I have you on the phone, what did we rip? 4%. It's not that big of a deal. This one was a rip. How would you know when to take profits? Well, I'm going to turn on 2 things for you. There is your zone. You are closing your position just like you should be taking profits on Bitcoin. But if you want to wait until it falls out of that, okay, don't say I didn't tell you so. But Bravo, it's going to go to 100 trillion. Okay, all right, I got you. You just, you do you, I'll do me. Okay, here we go. This is a triangle, a symmetrical triangle. This, when this was going on, okay, after I took my profit, I'm like, well, that was great. Then we formed this thing, which I'm going to show you. I have a video coming out tomorrow, Sunday. I have another stonk that I've mentioned. It's about uranium. It's doing the same thing. So make sure you click subscribe and turn your notifications on. I stopped doing shorts because you're like, it's too much for me, Bravo. Measure from top to bottom right there. And we wouldn't know which way it's going to break. But when it does, kind of like what I just did in the S&P 500, I think I'm 5 days in the plus on that one. Is it going to go up or is it going to go down? Well, it decided to break lower and ta-da! Hit price target right off the 200, which I would have said it would have done. So let me make this simple for you. You start, okay, now this is the swing trade. This is just easy. I don't have to do all these little lines for you. You just swing trade. You're like, oh, put in a candle, one candle closed above the Bravo 9. That's that red one. And you ride it up. And then my bear market course, which I teach about those triangles and all those kind of crazy patterns. So you can play both sides. When it's going to go up or when it's going to go down. Also, if you're like, I'm just overwhelmed, I do offer, because you guys have asked, for $199, all of my courses, which would be this one, link in the description: Bear Market Money, Crypto Stock University, Dominate Stocks, and Sell Plastic Junk on Amazon. But if you're like, I already have this one or I already have that one, then just pick and choose down below whatever discount I'm offering right now, currently 70%. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to make your digits on the screen go in that direction, I think you need all of them. That's just me. And this is what I taught in college, high school, and to my friends, family. But on this one, we broke lower. And now, okay, 200. Now we take the swing trade and we take our profit. Not yet. You're not going to close until that candle goes below that Bravo 9. Also, if you don't know how to do these things, a link in the description. This is actually a software program that I use that I just click on and it says, hey, there's a triangle, just in case you missed it. But also, like that same triangle, that was happening on SPY, tradable symbol. That was also a support and resistance on that 200. That is where I put in my buy. That would be on SPX, where I think I put a little flag there. I said I'm going to grab it. So that's why now I'm up that much, and I am going to ride that train on this channel. And if I were to move this, which I'm actually surprised, but again, I just trade charts. Even though my macro, I'm like, oh wow, this isn't the way I thought it would go, right? The charts are telling you one way, your brain's telling you the other. But when it goes up there into this zone, I am going to close at least half of my position. Also, don't be confused. Everyone sees this. Bed Bath & Beyond says it received default notice. Okay, it's going to default. That means you're going to lose all your money. Stock already plunges 35%. That's the news. But if we were to go back into the charts, it would have predicted all of this for you. And most people I know don't even trade charts. Like these guys, they look at macro. These are the environments that I think that we're currently in. And then they get stuck in these cycles. This one, investors bet the Fed doom loop. Okay, here's another one. They've been trapped in will end in the week ahead. And I say, doom loop or not, yes, my macro, I think the market is going to rage higher because everyone's going to think the Fed's going to pivot. And if you look at the yields, they've already pivoted. It's a way down, my friend. It really doesn't matter what Fed does. They don't. It doesn't. For some reason, though, people just get so like, oh, they raised the short-term federal funds rate. Wow. The yields are saying the complete opposite. They've been crashing for the last 6 months. So even though the Fed's like, okay, Fed funds rate 5%. Well, sorry, buddy. The world focuses on the bond market and the yields, and they're quite a bit below that. But you could just raise it whatever and look like a complete idiot, and then everyone's like, wait a minute, the Fed's not in control. Now that is when the whole system breaks, is when the people or the people that punch numbers or the politicians go, wait, they're not in control? And since you've been subscribed to my channel, I've explained how they are absolutely not in control. They follow the 2-year yield like they've done since the beginning of the birth of Christ. It actually gives the illusion that they are in control, but they are in control of nothing. But as you guys know or might not know, they pounded in your head at university. So number 444 right there knows, don't ever fight the Fed. The Fed's God. Trust everything. And the seat, the chair, right? The holy chair that the Fed chair sits on, you got to listen to exactly what they say because they can control the market. The truth is they just control a narrative. And I've been telling you on this channel that don't believe anything that they are telling you. They're just lying to you. Again, you look at the charts, okay? And then you make your account go in this direction rather than in that direction. And you'll probably feel better. Just in case you wanted me to feel better, hit the like button. Help the channel out. Please save me. I will take the floaty, right, as the Titanic goes down. But thank you guys for everything you do. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be, wow. Sorry, I hit my big black thing. See you tomorrow.